What's up, YouTube Revolution? ZombfectedGaming 349 at your fingertips. Today we are going to be talking about The Walking Dead Season 9 and New Beginning. Now, Season 8 All Out War is now a thing of the past, and The Walking Dead wants to reinvent itself with a new beginning, with probably a time skip coming too. And this time skip is gonna possibly be maybe about 2 years, maybe 3 years, I don't know, about 4 years, but it could be 2 or maybe 3 years. Maybe 4 years might be a little too much, but I'm really excited for this time skip. And finally, Scott Gimple is finally gone. He's no longer the showrunner. It is now Angela Kang, and she really wants to reinvent the show actually with something very different. Now, there's a lot of articles that popped up online actually saying that The Walking Dead Season 9 and onwards from Season 9 will feel like a different show. Like, in a way it will feel like a different show, but it's gonna be The Walking Dead still, but it's probably gonna be better too. And I know that Angela Kang has written some pretty good episodes, like I think Four Walls and the Roof was one of the ones from Season 5 that she did. And I really love Season 5. Season 5 was really good. I think they said that it's gonna feel a little bit more like Season 5, Season 9. But, you know, it'd be good to become a little bit more innovative with The Walking Dead and come up with more interesting stuff to do within The Walking Dead also too, because, like, yeah, there's been some stuff like that has been a little bit wrong with what Gimple has done, but he still did a great show. Still great show. The Walking Dead is an amazing TV show. The writing hasn't been so good with him. Finally, he's out. He's now the chief executive officer of all of The Walking Dead, and so yeah. And you can see my my wallpaper I put in the background. It's my little fan-made wallpaper. It says New Beginning on there, and it shows Rick in the middle. It's kind of crappy and stuff. I made it just and stuff. It's like it shows like all these communities together. It shows like one from the Kingdom. It shows Alexandria, the one house, and it also shows the Barrington house from the hilltop. It's kind of crappy and stuff, and it shows Rick just picturing that behind, and then it's like what's coming ahead. It shows like some skull. It shows Washington D.C. and then the scary looking woods. And I would actually, what I really want to see for Washington, what I really want to see in The Walking Dead is show more cities, just like what they did. Like, because they had Atlanta in Season 1, they showed a little bit of it in Season 2, they went back to Atlanta in Season 5. I want to see Washington, D.C., because they're near Washington, D.C., they're in Virginia, but they do film the show in Georgia still, but they should show like DC or something like that, and then possibly add like a new group for the show actually in DC, maybe a former government group actually. That would be really cool to see. I would love to see that happen actually, if they're able to show Washington DC, because Eugene talked about Washington DC and he lied, of course, and then maybe they're like, okay, we want to expand civilization, we want to see what's in Washington D.C. and if there's actually still any survivors left, and they actually run into a Pentagon group actually running the Pentagon. But let's not talk about that right now. We're talking about the start of Season 9 predictions now. It has been about, of course, in the Walking Dead timeline, so from Season 1 to 8, it's been only a couple years in the apocalypse. And right when we left off was at the end of All Out War, which is in the two-year time. So after that, maybe 2 years, maybe 3 years, I don't know, it might be 3, so if it's like 3 years, that'll be like 5 years into the apocalypse, and if it's 2 years, it'll be 4 years into the apocalypse. Okay, here we go. We're gonna be talking Rick and everybody, they're all happy and stuff. It's been so many years, they haven't had a fight since the last All Out War, and that's a thing of the past. Everything's happy. They're building civilization, and also what's really awesome too is that they are also building a windmill on set actually. Apparently 55 feet tall apparently, and that's actually pretty awesome, because in the comics they actually were able to get a windmill actually there at Alexandria on set. well, meant in the comic, but they are doing it on set, which is pretty freaking awesome. I gotta admit, I am very happy about that. It's gonna make The Walking Dead look a lot more different, and they're gonna make more walls and expanding the walls. They're making better walls, stuff like that. They want to build Hilltop up more, of course, too. I think there's probably going to be a celebration festival sort of thing, and then maybe, I don't know, there's going to be maybe some sort of thing, someone wanders off somewhere, they walk into something, and then they say, I think the walkers are talking, or something like that, and then that's, wow, the whispers are going to come in eventually, and then Rick's going to be like, no, you guys are just pulling my leg, I don't know, something like that. But, let's talk the whispers, and I want the whispers to be a little bit better than what they were in the comic, because, well, they are an interestingly scary group actually already in the comics. I like the whispers a little bit better, and they're a little bit more fresh than what the saviors were. But so the whispers, what they should do, they should actually expand upon what they actually do and where they hide. They should show that they hide in sewers. They should hide in abandoned buildings in Washington. So maybe they are, yeah, they're in Washington, they're in the woods, they hide in plain sight in big massive walker hordes. It's actually pretty cool, but what I want to see more of is making them more like a sadistic kind of cult. Maybe that, I don't know if I've been playing a little bit of Far Cry 5, but go a little bit more maybe fantasy with The Walking Dead actually. I don't know if any of you would like this, but not like straight up full on fantasy like Game of Thrones level. I'm talking like as in like more of like what they did in Far Cry 5, like with the Bliss or some sort of thing actually. Maybe they are able to like make the walkers a little bit stronger and less mercy proof actually. And you shoot them, if you can't shoot them in the head and they die easily, you have to like straight up destroy their head. Now that sounds a little bit like Z Nation, but I want them to do it like a little bit more serious in a way. Like I want like a little bit more of a supernatural element. They are doing rituals. The whispers. Make them a really, really scary group. Make them really sadistic, like Resident Evil 7, the Baker's family, all that kind of stuff. That's what I really want to talk about too. Like this is not just a prediction video. This is my kind of wish list actually too. I don't know what you guys would think of this, but I think it would be really awesome. Like making the whispers more sadistic, rituals with some supernatural elements to it would actually benefit The Walking Dead probably more viewers, and it will be a big change for the series for sure. Because they also said, yeah, it's a very, very big change in the series. And what more of a change can they do actually? If they're gonna go for more of a change, go with that actually. It's gonna be pretty awesome seeing Blue Mist actually in The Walking Dead. Imagine that they actually had something called the Blue Mist actually. Like it's like the Bliss from like Far Cry 5 kind of, and like, and if you breathe it in, you act like a whisper. Imagine that. Imagine Rick and everybody have to like wear some sort of like gas mask or not breathe in this mist or something, or else they're gonna be brainwashed and they'll act like a whisper. And it'll be really cool if like if you breathe in that mist, you will not get attacked by walkers. They should actually go a little bit more in depth with like the supernatural kind of stuff. Like they have like a certain mist, like potion kind of mist actually, and they won't get attacked by walkers, but they still wear walker skins. But like make this a little bit later on actually. Like they're developing it. They still have to wear walker skins, but maybe a little bit more on into the Whisper War. Make it that they have this mist and they're able to do these rituals where walkers will never be able to attack them. But they still love wearing the walker mask, so they can make it look like they are actually a walker, so you don't know what they are. And then you just take out your freaking machete and just like that. If you're just in a freaking, some random survivor walks up and they're like, oh, there's a walker right there, let's go stab him in the head. But it's like, nope, I'm a whisper, I'm taking my machete out, I'm gonna slice your head off. That's how it goes. It's actually, I gotta say, that will make the Walking Dead TV series a lot better. I don't know if you guys knew what I was talking about and stuff, but like, I really want this to happen. If you do know what I'm talking about, then leave your comments below of what you think of it, and I'll catch you on the next one. ZombfectedGaming 349 signing off.